So Viola, we both have teenagers at home, and with teenagers usually comes technology and the cell phones,
Yes,
right?
for sure.
So as a mom and as parents, how important do you think it is for the kids to actually be involved in the decision making when you're talking about setting technology boundaries for a family?
Yeah. I think it's really important for them to be involved, and at least in the conversation. They may not completely agree with some of the standards or ideas that you have about how technology should be used, but there needs to be an open conversation that can include educating them about the ways technology can be used positively as well as negatively, but also really hearing from them what it is they're hoping to get out of their use of technology, the time they want to spend, why they want to use it. My son told me the other day that Instagram is everything for a teenager. And as a parent, that's hard to believe, but at the same time, that's their world.
Exactly.
And so it's important to have that open communication with the kids and involving them, but also as a family in general. Technology, as you said, is exploding, but even in couples, we see that 25% of couples indicate that technology has somehow negatively impacted their relationship.
Wow. That's a lot.
It is. It's a lot of couples, and I'm sure that number is growing as technology becomes more and more accessible. So it can negatively impact our family relationships, so we need to figure out ways to manage it in the family in a way that doesn't completely ban it, which I know some families do choose to do that, but it's becoming harder and harder.
Absolutely.
But to be able to manage it, use it wisely, and then have times where the family connects away from it.
Yeah. So do you have some particular guidelines that you would recommend? Maybe some that you've instituted in your own family that you would recommend?
Yeah, sure. So I think that beyond the open discussion about the guidelines and coming up with maybe some family rules can be a good idea. There's a consensus, hopefully, amongst the family, and then instituting those. So many families do the idea of no phones at the dinner table, right? We've done that ourselves. It tends to work. Sometimes we get a 15-minute dinner. Sometimes we get a 30-minute dinner before people try and pull them in. But trying to find times where you have family time, where whether it's a family night, a game night, some time where you're just connecting as a family. But when you're doing that non-technology night, it's really important to have what we call FaceTime, where it's one-on-one, either as a group or with just your husband or your child, where you're doing something where you connect face-to-face.
Oh, I like that.
Because you can watch a movie together and you can face the screen and you're not on your phone, but it's not connecting.
Right.
And so finding time where they can connect directly, build the emotional bond, whether it's with a spouse or with a child, but where technology is not involved.
Right. I like that. I like that idea a lot. One other thing that we institute in our family is we actually have the charging station in our bedroom. So at 9 p.m., our 15-year-old has to turn her phone in. And we also have all of her security codes and can do random phone checks and Instagram checks and check out what she's looking at on Pinterest and things like that.
Yes, we do all the same.
There you go. And so and what we have found that's so interesting is that when we started that 9 p.m. policy, after just a few days, our 15-year-old actually said, "Mom, thank you. Thank you for doing that," because it's not the last thing I think about at night, and it's not the first thing I'm thinking about when I get up. So I really like your suggestions. I think they make a lot of sense and will go a long way to helping us put some good, healthy boundaries in place, not only for our children, but for ourselves in the world of technology.